Atlanta Motor Speedway is the home to stock number 4 on the NNSCRA Mello Yello Racing Series. We're here today for the running of the, for the running of the Busch 300, as we're set for 33 laps of racing on this 1.522 mile racetrack. And here's the starting lineup for today's running event. On the pole is car number 31 at 183 miles an hour. It is Roberto Crown Jr. on the pole for today's race. He's alongside car number 2, Dylan Young, in the wheel of the Detroit Gasket Buick, starting alongside. Second row is Jackson Haywood in car number 1 and number 11, that is Vale Moscow. Third row has car 22. It's Caleb Fogler at the wheel of that machine. He is flanked by car 63, that is Henry Sanford. Fourth row has car number 52, Seth Cole in the Red Baron Frozen Pizza Chevrolet, and number 83, car driven by Austin Reed in the Bullfrog Knits Pontiac. Fifth row is Keith Batson in car 20, Texaco Haviland Ford, and car number 3 is Nathan Orman in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row down has John Andrews in car 75, the Food Country Oldsmobile, and number 84, Eric Monaco at the wheel of the Action Vans Buick. Next row down has car 21, Carson Gunn, the Chattanooga Chew Chevrolet, and he's alongside number 97, that I believe. No, car 88, that is Matt Haas in the wheel of the Winter Circle Apparel Buick. Next row down is car 06, Zachary Fitzwater in the wheel of his Ford, and he is alongside number 7, Destin Boland in the Skull Bandit Buick. Next row down has car number 5, Phil Parker in the Advanced Auto Parts Buick, and number 36, Cox's Treated Lumber Pontiac of Joshua Osborne. Next row down has the Racedale Farms Pontiac of Jesse Turner, car 47, and number 32, Bud Light Buick of Gabby Conklin. Next row down is car 12, Amanda Evans in the Piper Aircraft Buick, and number 44, Piedmont Airlines Oldsmobile of Alex Miller. Next row down has Allison Rain in car number 14, the Coors Light Chevrolet, and number 8, that is Cole Deaver in the GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Next row down has car number 17, that is Aldra Baranauskas in the Exxon Superflow Chevrolet, car 17, and number 10, the MJ Sullivan Mobile 1 Chevrolet of Ryan Brommer. Next row down has car 23, Daniel Voiles in the Miller High Life Pontiac, and number 97, Fisher Engineering Buick of Quentin Moore. Next row down is Rafael LeDuc in car 72, the Kodiak Chevrolet, and Kodiak Pontiac, he's alongside number 00, that is James Sykes in the Thomas Brothers Country Ham Oldsmobile. Next row down has car number 51, the Valvoline Pontiac of Laura Chung, and number 34, Norwood Hyundai Buick of Chrisman Morgan. Next row down has car 99, Zach Winkle at the wheel of his unsponsored Buick, but his car next to him has a lot of sponsors on her car. That's the Coors Melling Ford of Jessica Shelton. Her car number is 89. Next row down is car 27, Logan Williams at the wheel of his Old Milwaukee Pontiac, and car number 27, he's alongside number 25, Moroso Oldsmobile, driven by James Henry. Next row down is car 37, Dana Bouchard in the Crisco Butter Buick, and number 15, Stephen Colon in the Levi Garrett Chevrolet. And starting shotgun the field will be car number 33, Nick Gunther, the Miller American Buick, and number 6, that is Paul Minnick, who dominated the race at Richmond in a Southern Biscuit Flour Pontiac. A Southern Biscuit Flour Buick, excuse me. So far, 3 different races and 3 different winners so far this season. Here we saw Paul Minnick, we mentioned, dominated the race at Richmond, the last race in the Tour. The other 2 winners, of course, have been Phil Parker, who won at Rockingham, and Nathan Orman, who took home the Goodies 300 at Daytona. And Cole Deaver did not like that. The one time he gave up the 3, and it won at Daytona. So Cole wasn't the least bit pleased with that, and of course you know that he was hoping to win the 500 as well too in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, which of course also which also runs on this track tomorrow as well too. So we'll see. But anyway, Phil's about to get the set for to take the great for to come out. You know what's going to happen. Let's just say if I could talk, that would be great. The field was about to get to come in to fire the engines, which they have, and of course the pace car's about to leave the field off of pit road. And as he does, we will get set for the green flag right after this. Back at Atlanta Motor Speedway, you're riding with Daniel Boyles. He's one of our 3 in-car cameras in today's race here. He's got the roof cam on the number 23 Miller High Life Pontiac. And our other 2 in-car cameras will belong in the cars of Keith Batson. There he is, the Texaco Haviland Ford. And he also has and of course all 3 cars has the cockpit cam on their machines. And our 3rd camera rides in the car of Jessica Shelton, number 89 Coors Melling Ford. She has our 3rd camera in today's race here. So the field's about to come off turn number 4. As the green flag's about to fly, and we are underway here at Atlanta. Roberto Crown Jr. and Dylan Young leads the field to the green flag. V6 engines are roar to life here at Atlanta as they go into turn number 3 now. Jackson Haywood comes to the inside now, tries to take the lead away from Roberto Crown Jr., and he will do so. Pair of Fords there go at it for the top spot. And Jackson Haywood leads the first lap here, one of the 2 cars out of KB Enterprises. Leads into turn number 1, first lap at 170.825 miles an hour. So we're looking at speeds of upwards of over 180 miles an hour here today. And you can bet with the Cup cars, it'll be, and of course the Cup cars, they about tested over 190, so we'll be looking for speeds about 10 miles an hour faster than that. 5 to 10, I should say, for the Cup cars here, as Caleb Fogler to the inside lane tries to take the 2nd position away from Roberto Crown Jr., but Seth Coles makes it 3 wide through turns number 1 and 2, and he'll try to take 2nd position, and he will do so. Tries to, and he and Caleb Fogler almost come off the 2nd corner. Only 33 laps in this race here for the Mello Yello Series. It'll be 50 for the Cup Series, by the way, for both visits to Atlanta in the Cup Series, I should say. And Fogler's the car stuck in the middle here as Keith Batson comes to the inside lane, tries to take the position away here. She jump inside with Keith Batson in car number 28. Off into turn number 3 he comes here, 177 miles an hour in the middle of turns number 3 and 4. He comes off the 4th corner. And turn out my guess of about 5 to 10 miles an hour off was way off because these cars are running closer to what the Cup cars were running in practice here. 187.5 miles an hour as seen by Keith Batson's car in the last lap by. See what the last lap by is for. See what the fastest lap so far for the race is here. We'll check it after y'all come across the start-finish line. And Batson didn't even have the top 10 fastest lap of the race so far here. 188.483 miles an hour, set by Jackson Haywood, the leader in car number 1. So top 4 cars all in the 188 mile an hour range. And here comes Seth Cole looking for the lead in car 52. To the low side goes the Red Baron Frozen Pizza Chevrolet. Tries to take the lead. Does not do so. He didn't have the oomph under the hood of that number 52 Chevrolet. And he now goes to the high side. Caleb Fogler tries to get by in that powder blue colored Buick. Keith Batson still trying to push the number 22 machine as they go through turns number 3 and 4 to complete the 7th lap of this race. Will be down to 26 to go here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. John Andrews right there behind the Food Country Oldsmobile running right now in the top 10. He was clocked 7th the last time. There's Carson Gum, the brown and white Chattanooga Chew Chevrolet. Actually, my mistake on the Chevrolet the whole time. That might be a Buick he's driving, and in fact, it is a Buick, not a Chevrolet. That is actually a Buick that Carson Gum is driving here this season. The Chattanooga Chew machine there. Buick, of course, having the most cars in the field so far this season at 14 cars on the manufacturer's breakdown here. Of course, the reasoning why, too, GM, of course, yes, is the leaders of V6 racing engine technologies. We watched Seth Cole take the lead away from Jackson Haywood, or tries to, and that was closer to the line that time by. Seth did indeed lead that lap by just a bumper over Jackson Haywood. But again, as I mentioned, the V6 engines, racing engines, it's General Motors is in fact the leaders of technology when it comes to that department. However, it's not Chevrolet, nor Pontiac, nor Oldsmobile that was even the leads. That was leaders of that. It was Buick, as a matter of fact, that was the leaders of the V6 racing engine technologies. And of course, that's why I saw a lot of Buicks in Busch Grand National Racing at that time when the V6s happened back in the early 90s and late 80s in the field. That so much so that a lot of the teams, even if they ran different manufacturers in the Winston Cup Series, ran Buicks in the Busch Series or series. That's the reason why you saw a lot of those. And there was even Buick V6s in not just in NASCAR racing, but also even in drag racing as well too. In the NHRA Sportsman ranks that ran V6 engines, at least in the bracket categories they did. They didn't run any Buick V6s in the nitro or the cars that run methanol fuel. And Daniel Voiles, he is off the pace at number 23 machine. In fact, I see a hood buckle in that number 23 Miller High Life Pontiac, and he is holding up the field here as Voiles tries to keep him going a lap down. And that's the rear bumper came from Daniel Voiles' machine as he's now letting Caleb Fogler take the lead. Seth Cole saying, "Come on, Daniel, get out of my way!" But now they're trapped up on the high side now, and everybody's going to drive by him. And Fogler did indeed lead that lap as that time by too. And here comes Keith Batson for the lead in car number 28. And he'll take the Davey Allison colors up to the top spot now. In fact, he's driving this car not just in this paint scheme, not just in this series, but also in the Cup Series as well too, on a Mustang body, as we discussed at Daytona. And now John Andrews' car 75 goes to the top spot now. The Food Country Oldsmobile. As the car owned by Charlie Henderson that the number 75 team was owned by. Also later owned the 5 team that Brad Teague drove back in the mid-90s. Vale Moscow now goes for second place, but here comes Carson Gumbs, going to make it 3 wide, and he's going to squeeze, and they're going to squeeze Moscow in the middle of the racetrack here as they come through turns number 1 and 2. And they're going to be 3 wide through that corner right now here as they go through the turns down. And they'll try to close up on the back of that 75 machine as now Carson tries to get back to... Tries to find the horsepower he needs to get by that 11 car. And he hasn't so far, but he's right there underneath. And he is going to do so. Whoa! And now they're going to take this. They're going to put the 75 car up the middle as well, too. And Batson on the high side. And Carson up the middle. This is Carson, I should say, on the low side. This is some good racing. And whoa! Where did that 75 car find the horsepower up the middle of the track there? Usually, if you're stuck in the middle, you're screwed. But boy, this is some good racing we're having here at Atlanta. I tell you, the Cup cars run this. I tell you, this may be something we may see for the Cup Series race possibly too. And we're almost halfway through this race here. This will be 17 laps in the books and 16 to go. And Carson Gunn finally backs up off and says, no hope here. And he regroups and he'll regroup and try it again. Yeah, usually if you're on the low side of the track, though, usually you got almost a surefire way to take the lead. But those cars of Batson and Andrews somehow held their line, held their own in the middle and the high side of the track here. And of course, the explanation also too, the high side gives you more minimum straightaway speed. Yes, it's the longest way around the track. Yes, but it being a bank track like Atlanta or Charlotte or Texas, places like that, it gives you more minimum straightaway speed. And that's why sometimes the car on the high side of the track can get a better run than the car on the low side of the track. As Batson's running right now, the low side here, and he'll take the lead away from Andrews as I'm saying all this, but And now Carson Gum tries it once again at car number 21. He goes to the inside lane on Batson. And Zachary Fitzwater, who's making his way through the field nicely. That number 06 machine is at the third position right now, or tries to take third position away from John Andrews. And he's got Eric Monaco in the 84 car right there behind. And Batson once again with a nice drop off that second corner and up on the high side. He's got that Ford really wound up on the high side here too. So now you got two Fords up in the top three spots right there with Batson and Fitzwater. Now Carson Gum will try once again to take the lead here at Atlanta. And I think Carson's got something wrong with. I think Carson's getting a little bit loose right there. He's had to back off the corner in the low side, whereas Batson just kind of flat floored it through the turn up on the high side of the racetrack here. We'll check the speed difference between these two cars. Let's see with Batson through turns number 1 and 2. Well, they were about even that time by about 171 miles an hour here as Carson goes up the high side now. And Carson said, I think I saw what you did on the high side, Batson. I'll see if I can try it. And he may have some right there. He's got the draft help from the 06 car of Fitzwater and the 75 of John Andrews. And Carson goes to the high side, Batson to the low side this time now. And Carson Gum has about a half a car length advantage on Batson as they go through turns number 1 and 2. Ford on the low side, Buick on the high side. Here's they come down the backstretch in the third turn. They're bumper to bumper. And Batson down the low side of the track here. He may go on to lead this lap possibly, but Fitzwater's going to get the draft off these 21 of Carson Gum. That was close to the line, and it was Batson credited to lead that lap. With now 10 laps remaining here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. This is going to be one whale of a shootout here today. And off in the third turn they come now. And you got some new players up there now. Audra Baranowskis in the 17 car. Phil Parker in the 5 car. The winner at Rockingham. Caleb Vogler trying to make his way through the field. And Paul Minnick, who started this race dead last, who was disappointed in his qualifying run in that Buick of his, and he is running up. He's now moved his way up in the top 10 now. And overhearing somebody right there, overhearing somebody that's Logan Williams in the 27 car, and he is I think something tells me the 27 and the 23 cars got together here a little bit earlier in the race, and I didn't know it there. So we'll look at what happened in that whole deal between the 27 and 23 cars at the end of this race there. But I think something happened to those two cars here. But anyway, Carson Gum and now Zachary Fitzwater in the 06 car, and now they're going to try to take the lead. They're going to try to go for the lead now, as Batson's up on the high side now, battling with Eric Monaco, and Fitzwater just about through a death block on Batson right there to turn off turn number 4. And now Keats telling Carson Gum, I'm back here behind you again. And now they're about to close up in the back of the 27 car. He's across the start-finish line right now. So about probably maybe 2 seconds or so away from getting lapped. Let's see, the 27 car is indeed the last car on the lead lap, and the 23 of Daniel Voiles is 2 laps down right now. So he's the only car at this point not on the lead lap, but there may be another one here before this race is over. In fact, I about pretty much bet you there is going to be another one a lap down before this race is over. But the question is, can Carson Gum hold on to win this race here? But you got some hungry drivers on the bottom of the track now. Fitzwater, Monaco, Caleb Vogler, Paul Minnick wants to become the first driver to win 2 races this season. And same with Phil Parker in the 5 cars. They come through the 3rd and 4th turns, and they caught up to the back of the 27 car now. Let's see what happens off the 4th corner here. Fitzwater to the low side, and he'll lead that time by over Carson Gum. And the 27 car is going to hold the high side now, up as Logan Williams is keeping up the speed, at least from the leaders here. Off the 4th turn they come here. It'll be coming down now to 3 laps to go, and up. They're going to squeeze the 27 up the middle now in the turn number 1. And it's going to be Carson Gunn to 2nd place now, and as the 27 car is going to push him now. Keith Batson also maybe trying to find a way around that 27 machine. I said, I don't want to be stuck behind that bent up red car as they go through turns number 3 and 4 now. Now does Carson Gum have anything for that 06 of Zachary Fitzwater? Two laps to go here at Atlanta. 33 laps to distance here today, and we've completed 31 of those laps. Batson now closing up to the back of Carson Gum now off the 2nd corner. Coming to the white flag this time by. He's close up the back of that 21 car of Carson Gum here. See if he can give him a shove here. The key is to kind of stay hooked up, or else if you go to the inside, like Batson just did right now, that may hurt your shots of taking a lead right here, or taking a win, I should say. White flag has waved there, by the way, so we're on the last lap of this race. Batson alongside Carson Gunn there. Now does he have anything for the 06 car of Fitzwater? He closes up to the middle of 3 and 4. Now let's see what happens here to come off the 4th turn. Does Fitzwater hold him off to win it? Batson to the inside, and yes, he does. Zachary Fitzwater wins the Busch 300 in Atlanta. Zachary Fitzwater, number 06 Carolina Tool Ford, goes to victory lane and becomes the 4th winner in 4 races here in the Mello Yello Racing Series. And caution-free, averaging 184.917 miles an hour. Boy, that was some exciting racing we had here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And boy, just some tremendous stuff here today. Keith Batson comes home 2nd. 3rd to John Andrews. 4th to Carson Gunn. He was oh so close to a win here. But a good top 5 day nonetheless for the 21 team. Audra Baranowskis comes from nowhere to finish in 5th position. Eric Monaco comes home 6th. 7th to Allison Rain. 8th to Caleb Vogler. 9th to Vale Moscow. And 10th to Paul Minnick. So So 4 races in the books for the NNSCRA Mello Yello Racing Series here. Give you the rest of the finishing order here today. Here, Phil Parker comes home in 11th position. 12th will go to Jackson Haywood, the pole sitter of the race here. Seth Cole 13th, Dylan Young 14th, Matt Haas 15th, Austin Reed 16th, Nathan Orman 17th, Jesse Turner 18th, Rafael LeDuc 19th, and Amanda Evans will finish in 20th. 21st to Joshua Osborne, 22nd to Zach Winkle. Chrisman Morgan with a good day, finishing with a okay day, I should say, finishing 23rd. Daniel Bouchard 24th. James Sykes 25th. Henry Sanford 26th. Nick Gunther 27th. Ryan Brommer 28th. 29th will go to Jessica Shelton. 30th to Stephen Colon. Roberto Crown Jr. 31st. Actually, Roberto Crown Jr. was the pole sitter. He ends up finishing 31st in this race, actually. So not a good day for him. Laura Chung, 32nd. Cole Deaver, 33rd. Quentin Moore, 34th. Alex Miller. James Henry, Destin Bolin. Gabby Conklin, the last car to finish on the lead lap. Logan Williams, a lap down in 39th. And Daniel Voiles had a valve failure that dropped him to 40th position. And speaking of Voiles and Bouchard, or Voiles and Williams, let's take a look back as to what happened to those two cars that caused a crash, and yet the caution flag did not fly. So here's a replay of what happened. This happened way back on lap number 6 of this race here Logan wins. So he thought he had Daniel Voiles cleared up right there, and then they both went to turn number 1 wall. Voiles just gave him a back end shot, and that's why the 27 car and the 33 cars both had damage on their machines, and why they were both off the pace for the rest of the event here at Atlanta. So Voiles, as we mentioned, had a valve problem on his machine, and as the race went on. On board Daniel Voiles' car, here's what it looked like from his point of view. Well, that was a case of who points fingers at who, I guess, on that one there. So anyway, that was your that was why the crash happened between the 23 and 27 cars. But congratulations once again to the winner of today's race here. That's Zachary Fitzwater in a caution-free event here at Atlanta Motor Speedway as he takes home the title at the Busch 300. And if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos. Whenever the president on the NNSCRA that's a couple of hours to have for this channel, be sure to check out the Store Sell Cup Series, the main series on this channel. And also be sure to check out our other 2 channels that does NNSCRA offline series. The NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series from X867539 from X867539A58X. That's Dylan Young's channel. And also be sure to check out the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series from channel Thrashmania 99. That's Levi McIntyre's channel. And as I mentioned, also check out the Spectrum Mobile Cup, or check out the Duracell Cup series on this very channel, the main series on this channel. And if you want in on future series for Seth's Duracell Cup series, then please should be sure to get with Seth and he'll get you going. So that would do it here today at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Here for now is James Qualls, the production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you back at this track here for the running of the Motorcraft 500 for the Castrol GTX Cup Series, and also for the next Mello Yello Racing Series event at Nashville Super Speedway.